Hello. Friday was a sparkling day across Scotland. Beautiful sunny skies, but that's about to change. It's going to turn cloudier, breezier, and in some places wetter through the weekend. However, it's also going to turn milder. Now, overnight, we've still got the clear skies and the cold air in place. So widespread frost forming, temperatures widely dipping below freezing as the sun goes down. But by dawn, a change starts to take place in the west. Here, the cloud increases, the breeze picks up, and some outbreaks of rain move in. So by dawn, a real temperature contrast across the country. I think some of the Western Isles will be up at around 4 or 5 Celsius, whilst elsewhere, further east, widely -2, -3, and in some shelter spots where we've got some snow cover, could get as low as -10 Celsius. So freezing cold in the east, but milder air rolling in from the west, and you can see that contrast with these colours here. This mild air making inroads as we start off the weekend into the far northwest of the UK. These weather fronts containing cloud and outbreaks of rain, and the isobar's tightening up, and so it's going to be a windy as well as wet start in the west. Gales for exposed western coast, and then those gale force winds transfer into exposed northern coasts as well by the afternoon. But also, a good deal of cloud spreading east. A bright start initially for Aberdeenshire, for Edinburgh, the Lothians, but soon enough that cloud arrives. And so by the afternoon, with that cloud pushing in over relatively cold air at the surface, it is going to be both chilly and grey. Largely dry, though, for the central belt, for southern and eastern Scotland. These outbreaks of rain coming in from the west will move over cold air close to the surface over the Grampians, and so above 300 metres or so for the Grampians. There is that risk of freezing rain for a time, but mostly it's going to be light on and off outbreaks of rain, and it's going to be mild enough in the west for that to be entirely rain, and it's also going to be accompanied by this strong wind. So wet, windy, cloudy in the west, grey and chilly in the south and the east. And here's how the temperatures look: 4 or 5 Celsius in the south and the east, close to freezing over the higher parts of the Grampians and the southern uplands, with those outbreaks of rain, though, in the west, up at 7 or 9 Celsius. So wet and windy for northern and western areas. The rain, though, on and off. It's going to be damp rather than persistently wet. And heading into Saturday night with all the cloud cover and that breeze, it's certainly going to be a frost-free night across the board. Further outbreaks of rain, though, arrive early Sunday from the west, and those outbreaks of rain reaching eastern parts at times as well. But always it's going to be wettest out towards the west, drier and sometimes brighter towards the far north and the east, and temperatures up at 7, 8 and in places 9 Celsius by Sunday afternoon. It's a bit less windy on Sunday afternoon, but still breezy. That breeze coming up from the southwest will feel milder compared with Saturday. Then heading into Monday, another cloudy day for many, a few more spots of rain in places as well, but you can see that recovery in temperatures up in the double figures by the start of next week. Much more, as always, on our social media channels, and you can find more in-depth forecasts, as always, on our YouTube channel.